We have a very special guest joining us today, Sorab Agarwal, Executive Director of Action Construction Equipment, joins in. Action Construction has been a star in the last couple of quarters, couple of years. In fact, the stock itself is up over 250% in the last year. It's been very, very action-packed. The last 6 months have also been fairly euphoric for the company. So lots of investor interest in this one. Sorab joins us now to talk to us about the company, the outlook and growth guidance. Hi, Sorab. Firstly, congratulations. You've had a pretty fantastic quarter, and the outlook, I believe, looks as promising. Let's start by recapping how the quarter has been. Your revenue was up 37%, EBITDA was up 80%, margins have improved substantially as well. Profitability is up nearly 90%. You want to break that down for us?
Yeah, good afternoon. Things have been good in the recent past, and I would say especially after the country started recovering post-COVID, and it has been only northwards since then. Yes, there was a blip in 22 because of the war and the inflation, hyperinflation, everything hit it. But things are very much normalized, and the demand very much came back, I would say, in the quarter 4 of last year and has been continuing since. If I talk specifically of the last quarter, yes, again, we were able to do our stellar numbers. And again, our biggest ever quarter with respect to revenue and profitability and even in profit terms. So things have been good, and the momentum still continues. And going forward, I think we are in the right space with respect to where we are operating, and we are trying to do all the right things to make everything happen.
Sorab, in your con call, you had guided, you're managing to do close to 800 crores of top line every quarter. You've guided for 4,400 in terms of top line by FY26. Are you on track to achieve that in terms of capacity addition? I do know that you've also acquired some land. Will you have enough capacity to fulfill that revenue guidance number by 26? And also, is there an upside risk to this? Because clearly you've been outperforming most optimistic expectations recently, at least.
Yeah, so many questions in one, but I'll try breaking down. See, FY23, we did close to about 2,200 crores, a little plus minus. So let's say by FY26, I think we are on track to attain a 4,400. But in saying this, I would like to say that we are also on track. I believe that maybe taking our turnover 3x over the next 5-6 years. So that looks possible. The way our country is glowing, I would say, at the current juncture. And with respect to capacity, yes, whole of last year, the year which is currently on, FY24, we were struggling with some capacities and deliveries. So we have done some CapEx, put our capacities in place, and I think now we are capable of close to about 4,000 crores revenue, which we can attain. And our current industrial park, which is close to about 100 acres. So I think the maximum potential there is to go up to 5,000 crores. And the real estate prices, and especially land, industrial land, the prices were going up. So we thought it prudent to acquire land for our future growth beyond 5,000 crores of revenue. So that land is already in place. Most of our CapEx, which we had invested in place, some parts of it will become functional even in Q1, Q2, further adding to our crane capacities. And if I talk of capacity utilizations, currently with our expanded capacity, we are already operating at 80% in cranes. And in the next quarter, I think we will add more capacity, which will flow in. And with respect to our construction equipment, we are about 50-60%. With respect to our metal handling division, we're about 60%. And agri is 40-45%. So hopefully we have enough space to cater to the market in the next 1 year. And obviously we'll keep on planning on the go as it happens.
So just to understand this, with your current capacity, you could achieve a top line of 5,000 crores. Is that the right assumption here?
See, the right assumption is with our current facilities in place after upgradation and brownfield, greenfield mixed together, we are capable of 4,000 crores.
Okay.
And which we were owning the main about 100 acres where we are set up. So that with that we can go to a potential of 5,000 crores plus. So we have to still set that up with respect to reaching 5,000 crores, which we might do in the next year.
And this is with regard to the land as well that was purchased for 82 crores, right? That is where the additional capacity is going to be built in.
No, this is on our existing land.
Oh, lovely.
So,
okay.
So about 82 acres of land We have already done agreements, and hopefully by April, May, we should be acquiring the entire chunk. It's in two pieces, a 22-acre and a 62-acre, 61 acres, something like that. And
So,
that should be with us in Q1 of next year. That is for to go beyond 5,000 crores.
okay.
If the country allows us.
So by the end of the next financial year, you'll have this 82 crores of additional of the land that you've acquired, which will have additional capital as well. So if I had to ask you for a ballpark, by the end of FY25, what will your capacity stand at, and what sort of numbers would that then go to in terms of revenue? If you were, there was this 100% utilization or 80-90%, which you currently stand at.
Our capacity for pick and carry cranes should be by end of FY25, or let's say middle of FY25, should be close to about 15,000 pick and carry cranes, close to about 800 to 1,000 tower cranes. I mean, all put together, it's easier to maybe convert in a revenue term. Maybe we'll be close to about 4,500 to 5,000 crores in the next year with respect to capacity. Currently, we're at 4,000 crores capacity added.
Right. Right. I'll talk about the various verticals in a minute, but talk to me about your margins. I know you've guided for annual margins at a run rate of 15%. This quarter has been exceptional. I think your margins have come in over 16%, up nearly 400 basis points from what we saw in the same quarter last year. What has led to that margin expansion, and is that sustainable going ahead?
Yeah, I think mainly it is to do with operating leverage. So I believe that with every 500, 600 crores increase in revenue of the company on an annual basis, we can increase our margins by close to about 1%. And obviously, this was also driven by the hyperinflation because of the Ukraine war last year. So that came under control in Q3 of last year. I mean, it started to come under control. So the full effect came in this year. So with operating leverage playing in, with the commodities being reasonably stable and rightly priced, I think these are the two main contributors, apart from all the cost reduction and value engineering and the other aspect that we, that's a continuous process in the company.
Right. I want to talk to you about the fact that you've got various avenues which contribute to your top line. Tell me, what sort of growth are we expecting in each of this? So if you have to look ahead, and I'm not talking next quarter, more from a 2 to 3 year perspective, where do you think growth is going to come from? Will it be cranes, construction equipment, metal handling and agri segments? What is the big bet for the company in terms of biggest growth or maximum growth?
See, with respect to revenue contribution, cranes is our biggest segment, contributing about 70%, followed by construction equipment at 14%. And metal handling and tractor with about 6.5% and 9.5% respectively. So going forward, I believe that cranes will continue to grow at a similar pace, maybe slightly slower or even faster. That time will tell. Construction equipment should be our, as a segment, should be able to grow the fastest. We believe that growing there at a pace of 40% plus over the next 4 or 5 years should be possible, because we are new entrants, our base is small, but now our product is well accepted. So I believe that construction equipment will be fastest for us. And definitely with respect to our forklifts, where we've been growing at 15-20% on an annual basis, I believe that there is a scope to grow at 30-40% there. And I think in the next year, we should be able to attain similar growth. I mean, around 30-40% is 15-20% in forklifts as well. We are talking about the next future. And hopefully, the last segment, agri. So we've been growing the 15-20%. We would love to grow faster than that. We have put all our, all the corrections, all the things have been done, to facilitate growth there. So let's see how fast we are able to take it further, faster than 15-20%.